The Eagles-Bucks matchup is right around the corner, but we're going to look at some injuries as well as some predictions, bold predictions I might add, and overview the matchups for the game. What's up, it's your boy Centron coming back at you with another analysis video, and I kid you not, that's my real name. And first of all, today let's jump into the injury report because we have some pertinent news to update with some things that might be falling into the Eagles' favor on both sides, the Bucs side as well as ours. So definitely, when you look at this list, a lot of guys on Friday were limited participants. Terrell Edmonds, he did not practice, but he had a full practice, so he's set to resume a backup role in the secondary. So that's good news in case one of our guys goes down. We have someone who can be somewhat reliable there. Boston Scott and Quez Watkins are out. He didn't make it in time. It's a little bit concerning our running back depth, but Penny most likely will suit up, and he will be also most likely a backup kick returner to Britton Covey. But with him being out, Olamide Zaccheaus will take the role of the third receiver, and maybe Britton Covey is there as a fourth, but we're awfully thin at wide receiver, right? Concerning area. We knew that going into the season, though. But as you can see, these guys are all full participants, so they will play on Sunday with little to no limitations. And the guys that were limited, Zach Cunningham, Jordan Davis, were full participants, as well as Kenny Gainwell, Devonta Smith, Jack Stahl, Josh Sweat. So we're looking like a match unit with the number of names that we have here, but everybody looks to be full tilt. However, on the Bucs side, Kalijah Cansey and Savokia Dennis, who I think is a backup anyway, are not going to play. He's been ruled out, trending in the wrong direction. Carlton Davis, he's a game time decision, so we'll see whether he suits up. So he's 50-50 maybe at this point, or maybe 60-40. Vita Vea, he's questionable as well. Didn't graduate from that limited status. Ryan Neal, full participant, so he'll be full tilt. Cody Mock, questionable. He did have a full practice, but that non-injury report designation, and then him popping up on the report limited, as well as Devin White being limited going into the match. He's most likely they're going to play, I believe, but this rookie he hasn't been the best. And already, having to deal with the Philadelphia Eagles D-line, and at less than 100% strength is a problem. So we'll see. But let's get into some of the matchups. So there's some areas that could be a weakness. Well, not could. It's going to be a weakness for us, whether we can shore it up or not. But definitely going to be some for the Bucs as well. So let's see. Because the last time we met in the playoffs, this match, we were on the other side of this match where we were expected to lose, and Jalen had one of his worst games as a pro. All right, let's see. The Eagles cornerbacks versus the Bucs wide receivers. So you can see here, Mr. Consistent, Mike Evans. Every year he's been in the National Football League, he's had 1,000 yards receiving, and that just borderline here and lower numbers, but thus far he's on that trajectory and would be his career best as of yet, and a very good start with 2 touchdowns. So he's been highly effective over the course of his career. The guy's just automatic, no matter whether he has Tom Brady this year, Baker Mayfield, Jags, and several other years, he's been able to produce. So he's one of the threatening guys. So the danger about him is he can play in the slot, but he's just so damn big, and he runs a 4.5, so he's not like a dead weight back there. So he offers a lot. His catch radius is huge, and he also can leap out the gym. Not the best, but already at 6'5", he presents a good threat, and he runs good routes as well. So he still can be explosive at this point in his career. So we'll have to watch when they're moving him outside. Darius said we match up against him. Yeah, he has a He's taking an L in the height department, but he can still battle pretty well with this guy. Also, Mike Evans, not Mike Evans, sorry, the other guy. Okay, we're getting past him. Chris Godwin, he's had a solid career as well. He plays in the slot a lot. 65% of the snaps last year he was there, so be another threat. That's why bringing a guy into the slot in certain nickel coverages, in certain coverages at the nickel position, James Bradbury, given a bigger corner, some of the Lakers can't come in the slot and bully. Would be a good look at times, but we want to see how our other guys will fare, whether that be Justin Evans, whether that be Sidney Brown, or if it's going to be Mario Goodrich. We'll see, but it's got to be something that the Bucs are looking to come in and attack, because you go where the weakness is. Last year, look at Josiah Scott in the Cowboys games. CeeDee Lamb, where were they putting him in the Christmas matchup? Or I remember it was like the week 15 or 14 matchup, the second matchup where Dak played and Jalen Hurts didn't. They went right to the slot, and rightfully so. You target your enemy's weakness, and they're going to look to do so. If that poses a problem for us, you can better believe they're going to hit it again and again and again. And just crossing routes in general, over the middle, intermediate area of the field, they're going to target and see if they can try and make those cracks appear in the defense that showed up in weeks 1 and 2. The Eagles' run defense versus the Bucs' rushing offense. So they're 2.9. They're not doing well at all. Rachaad White did have 4.3, I believe, last game. So he has potential, but Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, as well as the other guys, Lenton Williams, didn't hear his name last game, but he probably popped in here and there, as well as this guy setting the edge, Hassan Reddick and Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, as well as in the interior. I'm forgetting Fletcher Cox. He shows up big, in spots, and being the veteran presence there. Yeah, they've been stout with the number 1 run defense in the league. I think allowing 50 or so yards a game, and people are gonna they're targeting us in the pass game. But that being said, those guys are showing up and they're stuffing guys. Like, go and look at Jalen Carter, where he blew up 1 run play last game against the Vikings. The back just had no chance. By the time he was around the line of scrimmage, Jalen showed up in his face and just threw him aside to the left of the formation, and just it was ugly. So if we can make them one-dimensional, we can make it easier for us to defend theoretically. But I would love to see Sean Desai not just back off the corners. I want to see them let him play press coverage. It doesn't have to be every down. You don't want to be every down. You don't want to be predictable. But not just have back off and wait and see defense. Attack and force things a certain way defense. So you want to force them into making quick throws. You want to force them into making tight throws and contested catches against these guys. And you don't want to get burned, but you can't play scared. So I'm not saying that he's playing to not get beat over the top. But you can't let that be the bread and butter of your defense. It's not preventing the big play, moving strictly, safely. You got to take some chances. And he has been aggressive, but I would love to see, him be truly aggressive and let those corners just go out there and battle against those wide receivers. All right, where might the Eagles go feasting? Definitely on that right side. All right, so let's evaluate the line. Center Ryan Jensen isn't in. He's on IR. Cody Mock, he's a rookie. Take advantage of that. And Godek struggled as a rookie last year, playing at left guard. He's on the right side now, playing at tackle. So interesting. Hassan Reddick has an injured thumb, but those guys on the inside, I don't think this guy is that big of a deal. But he's a beast. Josh Sweat is gonna have his work cut out for him, but we'll see. he still can give people problems with the speed that he offers on the field. So 5 out of 10, yeah, I would say the middle. He's gonna have a hell of a day. Matt Fleur as well, Taylor as well, dealing with Fletcher Cox and the other members. So the interior and the right side is probably where we're gonna look to try and feast, but it's gonna be an interesting matchup because Baker's only taken 1 sack thus far, so they've been protecting him. But I think it's most likely due to him getting the ball out of his hands pretty quickly, and but he has the adequate protection to hold up. So the Eagles' rushing offense versus the Bucs' run defense. Like I said, they are also good at this on this front. They're the number 2 run defense, and they've been playing not just to teams looking to come back. We've had leads and teams had to throw to get back in the game. They've been in dogfights. But yeah, Todd Bowles, man, he's a good defensive coordinator. Runs a good zone. I don't know if he runs a Tampa too, but it's a very tough defense to crack at times. And just those 3 defensive coordinators out of the gate. Bill Belichick in week 1. Brian Flores, his disciple in week 2, and then Todd Bowles, who's a well-renowned defensive-minded head coach in week 3. Man, tough ask. But let's get into a little bit of the philosophy here. So offensively, I'm happy that we did better this week. Said Jason Kelsey, we just looked better in game. Yeah, that was apparent on that 63-yard Devontae Smith aired out touchdown. And I think that we're going to continue to grow, as well as the run game, switching to that, and Lane Johnson saying, hey, run it back, to the running back. Teams are going to keep doing this. They're going to keep throwing out chaotic things and try to eliminate the big play because they're scared. And why would you just let those guys have free access like people did last year? Play man and let or blitz from man and let Jalen beat you. That'd be dumb. Got to change it up. I mean, they have done so this year thus far. We were one of the most explosive offenses in the league last year. We'll have to find ways. This is going to be the name of the game this season. Yeah, but more like I keep saying this ad nauseum. You don't watch the video, so you don't know. But get back to being that amorphous offense. If they try to, load the box, go over the top. If they back off, find dink and dunk, find the holes in the zone. Eventually they'll creep up. So they're going to be forcing a change because you're not just going to let the offense sit back and be successful and drive the length of the field if it's working. You're going to adjust, and that's where we would look to attack. Beat those adjustments, not let them get some substitutions in, and when they look to do so, make them pay. That's the name of the game. It's a cat and mouse game. So we're not going to see vanilla cover 1. Yeah, it's just too easy. It's just not going to happen. It's going to be chaos. So they're going to try to bring that, try to walk guys up into the line of scrimmage, like you saw from the Vikings last week. They had like 9 guys around the line of scrimmage, couple backed off, guy blitzing from here, delayed blitzes, rolling coverages, and guys playing, very much in sync, not the band, but passing coverages off as you go along. So you think something that's open, and the guy rotates into that zone, threatening a big hit, a turnover, interception, or a forced fumble. So you have to be careful with those. You're not going to get the same pre-snap picture that you're going to get post-snap because they're going to shift things around, disguise. And they've been very adept at doing that this year thus far. And, we've got to recognize. So that from the top down, from if the coaches in the press box, which are not on the side, they're on the sidelines, but from the coaches, and then making the audibles, calling, hot routes where like they have 2 plays, right? And that one, kill that, let's go to the second play. So, you have those things built in, but, due to the preseason and like I said, defensive coaches playing Jalen differently this year, it's been different. A different approach. New year, different approach. New you, cool. We're going to get a new number and dial that bitch up. But Brian Flores mixed heavy blitzing looks with heavy coverage looks against Hurts and the Eagles week 2, and Bill Belichick frustrated the Eagles passing game with a variety of coverages as well, as we just said. I thought Tommy Lawler of Eagles Blitz put the Eagles' early season passing game frustrations into context well. So let's see what he had to say. Nick Sirianni and his staff built a scheme that maximized Hurts and his abilities. which went very well in 2022, but it's 2023. Defense has spent all offseason studying that and coming up with ways to handle the Eagles. That's a huge compliment. Nobody's spending the offseason figuring out how to shut down Daniel Jones. Damn. He had to throw that man under the bus, speed bump. Defenses were generally worried about Hurts. He seemed to have an answer for everything. Coaches figured out they had to come up with new and creative ideas. And it's just what we just spoke about. The zone, dropping more people. And we didn't know we're impatient because we're looking to be the team from last year. We're impressed because teams were impressed. So that's why they came and schemed and game plan the hell out of us. And we're going to look to some of the staples that we went to last year. And they're not going to be there because teams have evolved. They've schemed ways to get Jalen uncomfortable and to to throw different things at him to pause his thought process. And once you got him thinking out there, it shades towards the team that's thinking less, and that's not us because they're executing as they plan. So we got to have countermeasures. Bowles has come up with good game plans for Hurts in the past. In the Eagles-Bucks playoffs game during the 2021 season, for example, Bowles recognized Hurts' extreme tendency to throw to the right side of the field. Interesting. So he took away Hurts' first look to that side of the field. On the back end, while the Bucks pass rush made sure that if Hurts escaped the pocket, he had to do so to his left. So interesting things there. So one being that he made sure he couldn't throw to his favorite side of the field. And if we see that, we got to make adjustments, side adjustments for the players if you can, and coaches being in the headgear before the 10-second or so cutoff before the play begins, saying, hey, they're probably gonna throw this at you. Just be present of that. And we building up. We have to predict some of the things that they might do. Here's the ideas that they could roll with. Let's put into place plans, countermeasures, and to some degree predict what they're going to do, receive the information, process it, decipher it, and then, computate it into something that, a strategy that works for us. Escaping the pocket, like I said, they're going to rush different. This year they were rushing more contained. They could look to do that or, to try to flush him, but, like having routes that roll in behind that. So where blitzes are, that space is missing, they can try to cover, but then you can stretch them beyond that. They're gonna come. They can only cover so much, and they're gonna be stretched in. And you have to sacrifice for that, do a max protect, or something like that. But these are the things that the Eagles offensive coordinator Nick Sirianni, that whole team, Jeff Stoutland, who calls the line plays that mesh with the run game. They gotta figure all that shit out. But like I said, it's an interesting chess match. So Hurts was a much different quarterback then. Yeah, he wasn't half the guy he is now. So Bowles would have to come up with a new plan, and it will be interesting to see what kind of chaos he chooses. So, yeah, I want to see what kind of chaos that is. But, hey, let's put on that chaos ring and absorb that shit. All right, get into our last section here, NFL Week 3 bold predictions. So let's see which one they have for the Eagles. I might just cheat and go Eagles. All right, so this guy, David Carr, has the Eagles being upset by the Baker Mayfield-led Buccaneers. So Jalen Hurts is 19-1 in his last 20 regular season starts and 5-1 in primetime games since 2022, but let's not jump the gun. Baker Mayfield has a chance to do something not even Tom Brady could accomplish in Tampa. He can lead the Bucs to a 3-0 start for the first time since 2005, and he does, leading the charge in a big upset win over the Eagles. I don't see it. I think Baker's gonna be under pressure for the duration of the game, and that's gonna affect passing lanes. It's gonna affect the clock in his head. It's gonna affect his comfortability, as well as disrupt the rhythm and chemistry of timing of the plays, and the receivers get them a little bit frustrated, and it's gonna be running for his life, scrambling. So I think that's a good chance of happening, and if we do that, we have a big chance to get out ahead of this in this one. Hopefully stay ahead. Anyways, we're gonna get up out of here. I think that's the last Eagles mention. Because everything else is like But anyways, you're not even watching them, but it's all good. Because as always, like I always say, I love making these videos and I love talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. So anyways, like I said, we're going to get up out of here. You're tired of hearing me talk, but you're not even here though. But as always, anyways, it's fly Eagles fly and let's motherfucking go. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you Thanks for watching. Check me out at Centron Anime, Centron Life, or Centron Laughs, or other social media.